Marcus Rashford is one of those players who a lot of people believe can be a top-class prospect for both England and Manchester United for many, many years, yet there remains just that little element of frustration about him. Why exactly is that the case? It's because form can go and come with him quite frequently, and unfortunately, despite possessing all of the traits to be an all-time great player, he's not been able to nail down the one thing that separates a really good player from a great player: consistency. Yet, the England forward has been in shining form for Manchester United in recent times and has shown enough flashes of greatness in his past career, in his relatively young career also I may add, to show that he can really be one of those players who both United and England can count upon. The good news is that in recent times, despite having quite the massive slump in the 2021-22 season, which we'll get to in just a bit, he's shown a lot of signs of rebounding from that form thereafter, and all of those signs coincidentally have come right after two major factors. The first of those being after the FIFA World Cup, where of course Rashford endured a little bit of a disappointing time. Now, how exactly is that the case? Well, let's take a look, shall we? First off, with his goal in the Carabao Cup quarter-final, Rashford has now become the first person since Wayne Rooney in 2010 to have actually scored in 8 straight home games for Manchester United. So obviously he's been on a great run of form in that regard, and is seen not just in the fact that he's broken Rooney's record, but also in the fact that since the end of the FIFA World Cup, Rashford has scored the most number of goals by any player in Europe's top 5 leagues. And how many goals is that? Well, he's managed to get a very, very good 7 goals in the last 6 games that he's played, and he's been United's main man as far as consistent goal scoring is concerned. Now, obviously that's a great sign for Manchester United, because Rashford is someone who they've invested a lot in, and everyone believes he can be that player who can be a talisman for the club. And truth be told, he has been showing signs of doing that despite the fact that, as I said, 2021-22 wasn't the best of seasons for him, because in all competitions he only scored 5 goals during that time period, and truth be told, a lot of it was down to his own struggles as well. He at times looked rusty in front of goal. There were other times he just didn't take his chances or was not being able to get in good positions to score. But we know that he was able to do that because in both the 2019-20 season as well as the 2020-21 season, he scored more than 20 goals across all competitions and was key to United actually being able to finish second in the 2020-2021 campaign, because he was one of their key men in attack. And even if you're looking at it this time around, why it's easy to say that he's now really overcome that blip which was kind of, bogging him down last year, is that he already has scored 15 goals in the 2022-23 campaign, and we're only halfway through the season. So we could very well be on course to seeing Marcus Rashford's best year as a professional footballer at this point. So that's massive news for him. It's great, of course, for Manchester United as well, because quite frankly, there has been, some doubts over his ability, but it does seem like he's overcome those doubts. Now, why exactly is it the case that Marcus Rashford has suddenly sprung back into form? There's two major factors. One is, of course, the disappointment of doing poorly for England in the FIFA World Cup this time around has obviously motivated him to do better for his club. That's something that we do see with a lot of players. They generally, if they have poor World Cups, there's always a good chance that they will end up coming back stronger. But the other major factor is the absence of a certain Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, the thing with Ronaldo was he makes obviously all clubs look good and will add to their goal scoring tally, but he does tend to have this unfortunate tendency of having play rooted around only him. And that was something that happened at United as well, and it was no coincidence to see that despite Ronaldo scoring plenty of goals for Manchester United, their overall goal count in the previous season dropped, and so did that of Marcus Rashford. Now, with no Cristiano Ronaldo hogging the left wing any longer, Rashford is free to play in the position where he excels the most, and that can only be a good sign for Manchester United going forward as they attempt to actually build on the good start that they've had to the season up until this point. Don't forget, they're in the 4th round of the FA Cup, they're in the semi-finals of the League Cup, and they currently sit in 4th place in the Premier League as well, which means that they're on course for a finish in the Champions League or qualify for the Champions League come next season. If they are to do that, though, they will need this man, Marcus Rashford, to keep going the way he has been in the past few games. But that's just how I feel about these things. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below if Rashford's form has impressed you and if he's finally showing glimpses of true world-class potential. And don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and don't also forget to tap the bell icon so you know when we're going live or uploading a new story for you guys. Then you can also go ahead and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And last but not least, don't forget to download the AajTak app. Thank you all once again for joining us in this video. As always, I've been Shane Dias. I hope to see you with us through the day on more videos that we'll be doing as well as our live streams. But for now, goodbye.